Hello everyone. In the previous video we created our GitHub account, we created our first Git repository, and we've added 4 new files to that Git repository and updated our README. This is very good progress. So one thing that I want to do is, well, let's take a look here. If I compile, if we go here and I clear everything up, if I compile everything by using make, if I type ls, I have an executable, I have some object files, and I don't want to add this to the Git. It is bad practices to upload executables and files that you can recreate on Git. You typically want to keep your Git as small as possible, so you only want to add files that are not easily recreatable, that being .o files and executables. So one thing that I'll do is that I'll create something called gitignore. I'll create a gitignore file. So one thing that I'll add is I'll add all .o files. So if there's any .o files in the repository, I'm going to ignore them. Something else that I'm going to ignore is the executable that I'm creating. I don't want that in the repository. I can easily recreate all these files by typing make and recompiling my code. So now if I type git status, well, we got to add the gitignore. But if I didn't have the gitignore file, let's say I move it outside of the folder and I say git status, we're going to see, hey, it includes all this, but I don't want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the gitignore file back to here. Well, now if I type git status again, all we need to do is add the gitignore file. So I'm going to do that, gitignore. I'm going to add a comment, added gitignore to ignore object files and executables. And now we've added that. Now I need to do a git push. I'll enter my username and my password. And now it's there. And if we check our Git on GitHub, this is pretty good. We have our gitignore file. But you know what? Let's say I have something here and I need to edit on my GitHub webpage. So I edit it here and I say, you know what? I don't want this. I'm going to say this is an example repo to test some special broccoli. We'll add an exclamation point. And we're good. We want to commit this, so we'll go down here, added more documentation to README. We will commit it, and it will be added. So this is both good and bad. It is good because we are able to update our Git repository on github.com and remotely using a terminal, right? We're able to download a local copy to our computer and make edits there and upload to github.com. But hold on, now it looks like github.com is more updated than my local terminal. If I go here, let's clear this up, and I say git status. That's not supposed to be like that. Well, anyways, it should show that we are one behind. Maybe if we try again. No. Okay. Well, if you know that your Git repository, if your local one, meaning this right here on the terminal that we have on our computer, is not local, I mean, the repository here is local. If our local repository is not up to date with the one on GitHub, what we need to do is that, well, first we need to get it up to date. And the way we do that is with the command, not pit, git pull. right? So what git pull will do is that it'll grab the data that's from our Git repository, pull it, and make edits locally here. So if I look into the README, hey, look, the second line, it has the line that I edited on the web, and now it's here locally. So that's pretty good. And you typically want to use Git Status to check what's going on. And you can even use something like Git log to keep track of commits, you know, to see if someone else added something, that kind of thing. So it's pretty neat. And you typically use git pull when you're working with someone else and they've added to the project and you need to download the updates. But something else that's really cool is that you can create a branch. So here we're working on the main branch or the master branch, but sometimes we need to make our own version of the code. So the way that we can do that is to create a branch. And the way you can create a branch is to say git checkout -b, and then I provide a branch name, and I will say hello test. So now I've switched to a new branch called hello test, and what I can do now is that, well, nothing's really changed, but now I can make edits here that won't affect the master branch that I was just on. So let's say, for example, I create, I don't know, a simple hello world, and that's it. Right, now I've added a new branch. I created a new branch and I created a new file associated with that branch. So if I do git status, we'll see that, we need to add hello. And we will add a commit that says added a sample program to test branching. Now it's there. If I use git push, well, I need to change the upstream of the push. So I will type git push -- set upstream origin hello test. That is because this is used to putting our code into the master branch. But since we exchanged branches, we need to tell Git that we did that. And this is usually a one-time operation. You use that at the beginning when you first create a branch and such, because now we have added stuff to our branch. And look, here we have something, hello test, right? If we check, we have the master and the hello test. If we refresh, you will see that our hello.c file is not here. But if we go to our hello test, you will see that hello C is right here. Right, so this is nice because you have two branches, which means you have two versions of this code, two versions of this repository. Let's go back to master. So there comes a time when you finish completing your work on the branch that you created, and you need to merge it back with the origin. So the way that we can do that, the way that we can go about merging with the master branch, right? Here we have two branches, the master and hello test. I want to merge hello test with master. So what I need to do is that I need to do git checkout and go back to the master branch. Now I am back to the master branch, and what I need to do is I need to do git merge hello test. So now it's merging it. That means the files that were different in hello test, those changes are going to be applied to our master. So if I go here and refresh the page, we need to push the merge. That's what we need to do. Classic thing to forget. So after you're done merging the branch, you need to push your merge. So now let's refresh and see what's going on with our main branch. And here it is. Now hello C, that was part of the hello test branch, is now part of the main branch. And if you want to clean up and get rid of branches that you're done merging and such, the command to do that would be git branch -d to delete, and then you specify the branch name. Typically you don't delete the master branch because that's the default branch, but I don't recommend you deleting the master branch. You should delete other branches. You'll mess your Git repository up and no one wants that. So here I'm getting rid of the hello branch, hello test branch. If we go here, we refresh, we should only have one branch. I probably need to commit it. Push it. Now let's refresh. Oh, it's still there. Huh. Well, that's something to look into later. Regardless, so here is the introduction to Git, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next video.